Hi everyone. Well, I kind of segued myself into a little segment here. It's not like anybody's that many people are gonna watch or anybody's watching, but I'm doing a part three on the token Delco liberal. So this time I'm not gonna do any like impressions like what liberals say, what Trumpy sheep say. This time I'm going to talk about writing people off. Mostly writing people off with Trump related things or directly Trump. So I'll give you an example of of people who I haven't written off. One of them is Lemmy from Motorhead before he died. When he had World War II artifacts and swastikas in his apartment. For a long time, I did kind of, but the reason why I decided I haven't is because I saw his documentary, and he said the reason why he has it is because, he likes German artifacts, and if Israeli army had some, then he would collect them, but they don't. And he also said, he dated 6 black girlfriends, but the main thing was the Israeli army part. See, if he dodged that question and didn't explain that, he would collect Israeli army stuff, I would think he would be an anti-Semite. But because of that, I forgave him, so I don't write him off for that. The other one is Phil Anselmo from Pantera. There was an incident where in 2016 at a dime bash where he came out and used the white power sign. All right, he did that once and he didn't apologize for it. And, I already didn't forgive him for ignoring Dimebag Darrell and Vinnie Paul, which made Pantera break up unofficially. And also the whole thing with that Nate Gale guy shooting Dimebag because he thought that he was the one who broke up Pantera. And there's also 3 other guys in the band. 2 of them are now dead, the Abbott brothers, but 3 other guys who I know aren't anti-Semitic or aren't white supremacists. So I still love Pantera. And I'll just not mention one more guy. The other guy is Gene Simmons. I love Kiss. I'm a huge Kiss fanatic. I'm trying to start a Kiss tribute band again. And there was a time in 2014 after Robin Williams died where Gene Simmons said to the media that people with depression should kill themselves. That really got me pissed, but now sometimes I see Gene Simmons things and I just ignore it because it's not important. Like saying that the young people destroyed rock and roll. That's so stupid. It's kind of like he wants attention, but Kiss developed the whole thing with superheroes playing musical instruments and the whole market thing with Kiss and the Kiss convention. So I thought that their idea was genius. It derived from Alice Cooper and the New York Dolls, but with the makeup, the drag makeup and the evil makeup, so I think that their idea was completely genius. And I love Peter Criss. Peter Criss was a huge drumming inspiration for me as a drummer. That's mainly why I want to be Peter Criss to the Kiss tribute band, because I play drums and he's a big inspiration. I know a lot of Kiss songs. Okay, so here's some people that I did write off, and a lot of it relates to Trump or Trump related beliefs. In 2003, this guy who was one of my favorite goalies for the Florida Panthers, and then I was so happy when he was on the Philadelphia Flyers, but not anymore. John Van Beesbrook was coaching juniors and there was a black Canadian defenseman who's now retired, Trevor Daley. He actually called him the N-word out loud as a coach, and people were shocked. And when Van Beesbrook came out to apologize, he said, I'm sorry, but that's how I was raised. He was raised in Detroit, Michigan. So you're saying everybody in Detroit, Michigan is racist. That's your excuse for being racist. Gee, what an asshole. Okay, this guy I had a really, really hard time writing off. It was my favorite hockey player, Bobby Orr. He endorsed Trump on Halloween weekend last year in 2020. And he said COVID wasn't his fault. He'd be a great teammate, and don't focus on his tweets, focus on his policies. He actually said all that. So when the last thing he said, don't focus on his tweets, focus on his policies, kind of made me wonder if he's okay with immigrant kids in cages. Sounds like he might. But then I read an article, after the insurrection happened on January 6th, and some floater from the NHL to the AHL. He's another black Canadian hockey player, and he also plays defense. Mark Frazier tweeted to Bobby. So when the insurrection happened, so Bobby, is this the guy you referred to as a great teammate? He was mainly talking about Trump causing the insurrection, and well, behold, Bobby Orr didn't respond. I hate when people don't respond, because when you don't respond to something, people know you have something to hide. That's definitely something I've learned. If you confront someone and you ask them a question and they don't respond, it means they believe that. So a lot of Trumpy sheep do that. I still feel somewhat, in denial that Bobby Orr made himself the poster child of hockey alumni Trumpy sheep. But it's like, maybe he's like Trump himself in real life. Who knows? It's definitely a hard thing for me to give up my Bobby Orr jersey, and I played defense in roller hockey, and he was a huge inspiration to me as a defenseman. And relating to the insurrection, another guy I wrote off was John Schaefer, the rhythm guitarist for Iced Earth. Apparently, he actually came to the insurrection and insurrected. He was part of the Oath Keepers. He brought bear mace and sprayed people with bear mace. Many Iced Earth fans were pissed, and rightfully pissed, about that he did that. And that was his band. That was the band he wrote pretty much every song for. And myself, I felt I had to write off Iced Earth, because that's just terrible. That I definitely, with no thoughts about it, did not look back at listening to Iced Earth again. So what was I going to say? So yeah, sometimes people write off right away if someone does something wrong. Me, I just have to basically think about it before I do it and look up the research. So yeah, Bobby Orr was definitely a hard one to give up, but the rest of them that I stayed with, I forgive you. And the ones that I don't, you're a bunch of scum. Okay, that's it.